operating out of the gun. He's going to quickly throw it out to Nick Harwell, and Harwell's got a gain of maybe a yard. Empty backfield. Dysert, quick throw. It's complete to Dajuan Scott, and he linebacker Salter, Green, Wallet, and Wolf in the secondary. Swings it out to Harwell. And 6. Harwell already with a couple of short catches for Miami. Another quick throw, and it's intercepted. Mark Fackler, his 3rd interception of the year from
unbelievable defensive end with his 3rd interception. Look at the timing on that instinct, great vision, reading the quarterback, getting the arm up, and then really coming down with the interception. You see here, bam, the presence of mind to stay with that, make the catch, and again, showing up in their efforts on game day.
All right, so Dysert goes to work. Heavy rush, he's forced out. He'll chuck it deep. Dajuan Scott's open. And he can't come down with the ball.
So we see Dysert hit him with the short pass, short pass, short pass, and then he goes long to Dajuan Scott. Now we talked about him in the open on his deep routes, averaging 16 yards per catch. Right there.
They go with 2 safeties in their secondary look on this 2nd down and 10 play. Harwell takes the swing pass, cuts it up for a gain.
It's tough, doesn't let anything bother him. Those were Coach Treadwell's words.
Dysert, quick throw. Scott makes the catch, but the ball, that play didn't fool anybody on the Kent State defense. 2nd down and 10. Dysert throws quickly, gets it out to Dajuan Scott.
Those 5-yard routes, it's just, in our opinion, it's too hard to do, and we saw it with the interception with Fackler.
Look out, Dysert tucks it, takes off, can't get away, and he is going to be swarmed under. He picked up a yawn
to victory.
Dysert on a 1st and 10 play. Flushed out of the pocket, chucks it deep down the middle, wide open. Luke Swift inside the 30.
And this is all set up by giving Dysert some time. Look at it, he extends the play with his feet, and he finds the weakness in the secondary. Blown coverage.
Spot just to his left. Dysert steps up into the pocket. Throwing deep to the end zone. And it is incomplete.
Sir, you see the confidence now. Really throwing that into the heart. There's Wallet and there's Polk right there. They're all over the receiver. There's really double coverage into that deep zone. But Dysert's.
Play action. Quick throw, complete to Andy Cruz, and he's down to the 20.
Hard. Cruz gets that leverage, that inside leverage. He's an easy target.
On 3rd and 2, he goes to his tight end, Steve Mark, who's 4 into the game at tight end. Dysert again going to throw. And he is hit, and he is sacked. Secure the sack there for Kent State.
Watch the pressure on this. Now they have 3 routes running, and they're all vertical routes. That's just not enough time under the pressure. There's Polk showing up, coming off the corner blitz. Bam, look at him drive his feet and stay with the bigger Dysert on that.
Dysert rolling near side. Goes back, ball batted up in the air, and it's intercepted. 2nd interception of the day. Ohio on the tip ball. Who got the ball on it initially?
Take a look at Dana Brown, number 6. Yeah, and Hitchens is right there. You'll see Hitchens sometimes on the offensive side line of scrimmage put themselves in a 2nd and 4.
Dysert coming near side, and he hits Dustin White, his tight end, who takes it inside for Miami this year. But just a little better than 50% when it comes to scoring touchdowns in the red zone, as Harwell had one go right through his hands. Here in the early going. Dysert over the middle, hits Dustin White, the big tight end. Look at him. Dysert lets it go deep for the end zone. He's going for Harwell, and it's incomplete. Polk.
Well, this is a great job by Polk getting in the receipt and getting Harwell's hip pocket right there. All right, and he fights off. Harwell gives him a little bit of a shove, but Polk stays on his feet right there. Good balance, and then fights for the ball, and then Green comes over.
Bo Huff, Josh Klein, Pat McShane, Kent Cleveland, Ryan Winters. They're paving some big holes. Down the middle, Harwell's got it at the 35 to 30.
And working the middle of the field with Harwell. Good. Again, throws the ball on time from his spot to a wide open Harwell.
And then Dustin White, the tight end, to his left. He's looking. He's got running room. Now he takes off down to the 24-yard. They send pressure. Screen pass set up. Treadwell outside inside the 20 to 15 and hit out line. Dysert rolling. Firing for the end zone. It's a touchdown. Nick Harwell brings it in. So those little rubber pellets fly up. telling you that he got the 1 foot needed in the end zone for the touchdown.
Big time catch, big time chemistry. Great route by Harwell on that. Really just right in front of the defensive back. Good chemistry, good timing on that. Looks like they
two have now become very good friends. Roethlisberger's a big fan of Dysert. Now Zac's going deep. He's going for Swift, but he overshoots him.
Looking for, and there's some speculation that it's not too far-fetched that he might end up in Pittsburgh.
He scrambles away, and he's
tell you, like his childhood boy idol. You see him on the scramble here. What I'm getting to is to show some toughness there.
Score here would cut the gap to 21 late in the first half. Juan Scott was open down the middle, but and Dysert will be sacked. Boy, the pressure coming off the edge. Boy, I mean a bull rush there by number 34 to keep this drive alive. Underneath, short route to Cruz. Cruz. Dysert goes deep. Scott's got it. Does he hold it? Who averages better than 16 yards a catch.
Yeah, and it's hard when you're putting that number of receivers in a route that Miami does. They're working against 3 deep right there. You see Scott, he's able to find the seam. There's the deep corner. You got 1, 2, 3. You got 7 guys across the 5-yard line.
Nowhere to go for Dysert. Dysert now with a 2nd down and 9 situation. Play action. Looks. Look out. Here comes the rush. He'll go down. His brother Josh plays linebacker for Miami.
That's just great effort by Dooley right there. He beats the right tackle. He comes
line. 24 seconds and counting. Dysert goes to the end zone, and it is knocked away by Paul. 4th and 14.
Yeah, this is the 2nd time now. It goes to Harwell. Now Harwell's covered. All right, needs to come off that. He had it
now for Zac Dysert. Good protection. He throws to Cruz, and he's got a 1st down catch out to the 35. Lever in catches and yardage for Miami.
He runs this little curl, about a 15-yard curl comeback, and he gets Salters on his back. There's 21. You see he's just riding his back. There's no way Salters now, with that working against that, again, that 6'4" frame. He can
5 Spencer Treadwell in the backfield. Jamire Westbrook in the backfield. He's going to swing it out to Harwell, and he's forced out of his jersey in the middle of that scrum as well, but no flag. Now Dysert under pressure, and he'll go down. Bridge everywhere. Not much cushion. Dysert going to sling it out to Cruz, and he's hit immediately as soon.
And going back to toughness, being physical. You see it here, working at Cruz. Nice ball there. Cruz does a nice job of holding on.
Dysert steps up, goes deep for Harwell, and it's knocked away incomplete.
Wants to go long. Yeah, Dysert's hit him a couple times in the seam, but you see there, Polk, he's playing with his vision back to the quarterback. So many times.
They're going to swing it to Harwell. He cuts inside, and he'll take it up over the 50 down left of the formation here. Fakes the handoff, does Zac Dysert, has good protection. He's going to chuck it deep for the end zone. There's Cruz, and he's got a touchdown this game.
Now, what's the difference here from the other deep passes they throw? They get behind Wolf on this. Wolf is playing with his back to the quarterback there. You see it, he's not on top of the receiver.
Harwell in motion. Dysert steps up, going to throw it, and it's caught for the 2-point conversion. Dysert all day. Finally comes back to a short receiver.
A lot of times when a quarterback has this much time, there is a hold up front.
And it is Fackler who he was guilty of holding right there, I think, at the end for Dysert. Zac, look out. Dooley on the pressure. Tight end screen. Steve Mark over the 40. And he got Miami just 2 of 9 on 3rd down today. Dysert steps up, and he'll go down. Jake Dooley.
Volumes, considering that track record that he inherited coming into Kent State, for him to turn around in just 2 seasons.
Down the middle. Harwell had to come back for it. Look out. Dysert flips it underneath Juan Scott. He picks up a block from Jenkins and gets down to the 20 downfield.
It's a nice job by Dysert, keeping the play alive, stepping up into the pocket, again showing toughness, and then
looks over the Kent State defense. And ball tipped in it.
Lyman in the coverage, and he's able to come up with a pass breakup.
Dysert rolling away from Roosevelt Nix and fires downfield. It's complete.
Hey, we talked about just having 4 catches in the previous 2 games. He's had a number of, certainly has exceeded that today, and he's played a very tough football game.
Dysert keeps the play alive, but then he ran headlong into Nix. Lewis, the guilty party this time. You'll see him on the right side going against Mark Fackler, and Fackler has been a force. You see him, he's got a hold of the jersey, and before he let go, the flag flew, and you see Dysert running.
As it is this year, and really he's come back with a vengeance this year.
With the blitz on, the screenplay to Westbrook, but 2 safeties backpedaling at the 5-yard line. He's looking for Harwell, dumps it off underneath the turn. Andy Cruz, does he turn his body at all? Yeah, you can see he had that left arm wrapped around him, and that's what draws the flag. It's not the right hand coming in over the top, but the left hand right there. He's got the left hand on his left arm, and I think that's what usually draws the flag. Dysert with 4 receivers fakes the handoff. Going in the end zone, there's Cruz, but it's too tall for him. Luke Andy Cruz looked like he might have been open.
Cruz gets by the defender there, is working on the inside. He is definitely open right there. Dysert just sails the ball over his head.
Swift, who goes to the top of your screen by his lonesome. He goes to the back of the end zone, and it's Cruz who pulls it in for the Miami. An extra point from drawing themselves to within 20 points.
Well, this time he doesn't.
Puts it up, hits a man, Nick Harwell, who had a knee down when he caught the ball. So it's number 4 Menor and number 1 St. Edward. All the action right here tonight on STO at 7 o'clock. That'll be a great game. Dysert rolling, throwing, caught. And all right, here's Dysert on a 2nd down and 2 play. A little tall pass, but Andy Cruz is a tall receiver.
And they wanted to move him, gave him a shovel. And he went in the backyard. He says, well, how am I going to move all this coal? Of course, the grandparents said, well,
deep to the end zone. Dajuan Scott had it go off.
Second before the ball gets here. See, take a look at it again, working over the middle of the field. Right there. That left hand goes up, gets on his shoulder pad, kind of restrict right there.
Yeah.
And bam, that
good
just
call.
That
throws, and it's caught.
Had some time at Oberlin coaching their football program.
There's another famous coach who worked at Oberlin by the name of Heisman. 8 to go here in the game. Dysert slings it out wide, showing that arm strength. That's a long throw across the field, and an easy touchdown grab for Dajuan Scott.
Good. You see the nice setup there by Dysert, really looking the safeties and really keep in the season. I'm not going to say they're peaking, but they're certainly playing well.
I think the most important thing,
they both operate with an X on their jerseys at practice.
It might be a neon green suit that they're in this week. Steve Mark, the tight end, makes the catch. It's a Archer, 222 yards. Durham, 3 touchdowns. And Dysert takes a snap. He looks. And he's going to take off, and a penalty flag flies. Time runs out as he